are just about ready for kickoff here in Austintown, in Boardman tonight.
Feels like we haven't been at a home game in so long.
It's been quite a while. Still, with this weather, it still feels like we're in August. Crowded press box this evening. This is the WKBN Game of the Week. We've also got 1240 radio here tonight. And, of course, you're with us here on YSN, your sports network. Brought to you live, the free stream this evening, courtesy of our sponsors. So support these local businesses, please. Without their support, we could not bring you these live streams of the best in high school sports here throughout the area.
I was just talking to DJ yesterday. They've already had over 238,000 views for the month.
That's incredible.
430,000 views in the month of September. So
Anthony Hightower and Cam Thompson deep for the Spartans. Josiah Burney will kick it off for the Falcons. Two-sport athlete over there in Austintown, plays soccer and kicks for the football team. Know his dad well, great family. And he will kick it right to Cam Thompson, number 3, takes it about the 8-yard line. Looking for some running room, and he'll bring it up to the 28 before being brought down by a couple of Falcons. Number 6, Devin Pounds on the tackle, along with 23, Brian Robinson. Spartans will start first and 10 at the 28-yard line.
it's a great return for Cam. Patiently waiting for his blocks. Be interested to see if Fitch continues to kick to him, because Cam's pretty elusive, pretty dangerous as a returner. So.
Sure is. He's already brought a punt and a kickoff back for a touchdown this year, and that's really the first time that we've seen somebody kick it right to him. Terrence Thomas in at quarterback for the Spartans, wearing the number 14 of K'Wan Robinson tonight, his injured teammate. He'll flip it out to Cam Thompson. Cam Thompson makes a man miss down the sidelines, and he'll be knocked out of bounds at the 44-yard line. He'll have enough for a first down.
Great first play to start out for the Spartans. Cam Thompson he had 3 targets last time he was on the field against Harding. You see right away, first target, creates really good results.
He is a matchup nightmare for opposing defenses, so look for the Spartans to get the ball out to him. Give us to Sean O'Hora, number 6, short gain, brought down by the middle of that Austintown defensive line. O'Hora is your leading rusher for the Spartans this year with 803 yards. He's also had 6 touchdowns, and he averages 6.3 yards per carry.
And Donna may be a little biased, but Sean O'Hora is my favorite running back in this entire area.
Okay, I would say that you're definitely biased, but he's a good pick.
He's a great kid.
Hightower in motion. Spartans look to go quickly. Terrence Thomas looks to put the ball in the air here. Pass intended for Andre Freeman, incomplete on the far sideline. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Spartans. Opening drive of the game, 11 minutes, 8 seconds left to play here in the first quarter from Spartan Stadium.
That was a pretty challenging play there for a quarterback that's as inexperienced of a thrower as Thomas.
Sure, rolling to his left, throwing it across his body, but he did get it out to Freeman. Not sure if he'd have got his feet in bounds had he made the catch, but see if the Spartans can pick up this early 3rd down. Fakes it to Thomas. Fakes it to Hightower. He keeps it himself, and he will be short of the first down. It'll bring up 4th and about 4 for Boardman.
You know, if I'm Boardman, it's pretty manageable. You're at the 50-yard line. 4th down and 4. I'm okay with him going for it right now.
May just be intending to try to draw Austintown offsides, because a penalty here would give him the first down. We'll see what happens. Play clock down to 11. Thomas looks to the sidelines. Still plenty of time to run a play. He's got, and we will throw it. Flag comes down, and Thomas is dragged out of bounds. Another flag comes in. You may get a face mask.
Offsetting penalties there. It looks like we're going to replay this now.
We'll wait and see what referee Kurt Beamer has to say about it, but the first flag was undoubtedly for holding.
Right.
But then I think we got a face mask on the sidelines as Thomas was dragged out of bounds. That was number 23, Brian Robinson, on the tackle for Austintown. So we'll do it again.
Yeah, it looks like Boardman's going to go ahead and punt this this time. I didn't necessarily agree with that play call. I thought maybe if Cam Thompson would have come out of that comeback pretty quick, get on the ball right away.
Well, Donnie, look who's lined up back in punt formation for Boardman. It is indeed Cam Thompson.
Yeah.
Tyler Evans sets up at the 20-yard line for Austintown. Thompson will indeed punt it. And it's going to go out of bounds. A very short punt. We'll see where they walk it up to and spot it. But the Falcons will take over. We haven't seen Cam Thompson in punt formation yet, so a little bit of a wrinkle there.
We were here earlier watching him in warm-ups, and it looked like Cam Thompson and Fernando Ortiz were both handling the punting duties today. So I'm not sure if the soccer players are ready after that tough night last night to be able to come out and kick the board.
And you're referring to the 2-1 loss to Howland. That game was for the All-American Conference Championship here at Spartan Stadium. The Spartans had beaten Howland earlier in the season, 4-2 at Howland, and then dropped a tough one last night, 2-1. But tremendous support. We had a huge student section here.
Yeah, that was great.
Devin Sherwood will hand the ball off. Gain of about 3. Tyree Mitchell is the ball carrier for Austintown. He'll get 3. 2nd down and 7 for Austintown, their first offensive drive of the game. Clock running under 10 minutes. This is their first offensive possession.
Interesting to see some of the formations for Fitch on offense as well. They got a bunch of trips out on the right side of the screen with a tight single on the short side.
Sherwood will fake the handoff. He'll keep it himself, and he will be tackled on that far side by Sean O'Hora.
And this is where last year Boardman ran into a world of trouble trying to tackle them. They obviously missed the first 2 tackles, but at least they still had contained, and Sean O'Hora was able to come up and make that tackle. But last year, Sherwood would make a guy miss, another guy miss, and then he'd pick up 20, 30, 40 yards on a run at a given moment. So good job by them.
3rd down and 7 for Austintown. Again, they'll show that same formation, but flip the sides of the field. Trips to the wide side, single wide out to the short side of the field. Sherwood drops straight back. He will tuck it and run, and he's going to be brought down right at the line to gain.
Yeah, looks like
I think he'll have enough for the first down. Ashton LaBelle and Isaiah Torres on the tackle for Boardman, but he'll move the chains, so the Falcons get a first down.
Defensively, you just have to stay home.
They will try to spread you out. A lot of talent on this offensive unit for the Falcons, and they'll try to spread you out and get those one-on-one matchups where they like their chances.
Like a little bit of a busted play there.
Devin Sherwood is sacked on the play. That's Fernando Ortiz. He leads the Spartans in tackles for loss with 7 on the year.
I love the sack. I don't love the celebration afterwards. He has been penalized so many times on personal fouls, so he's got to act like he's been there before and just be happy with that sack.
So 2nd and 16, and this is where you want to put this Austintown offense off schedule. Big tackle for loss by Ortiz. Sherwood will throw to the far side. Pass is complete to number 42. Makes a man miss. And he's running loose in the secondary. And Anthony Hightower makes the tackle. Finally inside the 40-yard line at the 36. That was number 42, DJ Williams for the Falcons.
Yeah, great play by DJ Williams. If you're Boardman, you got several missed tackles on that. Those are things you have to clean up, and they got to be cleaned up right now. You got to make those tackles. And
he really should have been tackled on the far side after a gain of about 7 and 8 to set up a long 3rd down, but made the man miss, cut across the field, and plenty of distance into Spartan territory. 1st and 10 at the 37 for Austintown. Timeout Austintown. So Coach Parker didn't like something there. They'll take their first timeout with 7 minutes, 23 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. We'll be back after this from Greenwood Chevrolet.
my old boss, you know, he said I would be good at sales because I'm good with people and everything like that. So he offered me a job, and here I am. I have a lot of repeat customers, you know, and referrals, and it's just nice seeing them with smiles on their faces when, you know, they pick up their vehicles, them telling me how happy they are with the vehicles. So that's what keeps you going. I'm Jim Timko, and I've been at Greenwood Chevrolet for 20 years.
It's storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
Notice we'll have scattered showers on Thursday.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
We're back after that timeout by Austintown. 7 minutes, 23 seconds left to play in the first quarter. No score here from Spartan Stadium. The Falcons on their first offensive drive of the game started back at the 25-yard line. They've now driven to the Boardman 37 where they got it 1st and 10.
And if you're Boardman defensively, you just have to limit those big plays that Austintown's obviously capable of having on that high-powered offense.
Devin Sherwood leads the Falcons. He's their quarterback, 5'11", 185-pound senior. Seems like he's played at Austintown for about a decade.
Yeah, right. Which just means he's had a lot of stats.
He had a great career for the Falcons.
Fitch has some really unique formations here.
Sherwood will fake the handoff, keeping himself up the middle. And he'll be brought down by the center of that Boardman line. Gain of about 5. 2nd down and 5. Ashton LaBelle with the tackle for Boardman.
I tell you what, Don, I am a little surprised at how much they run Sherwood, though.
He does run a lot, and he's a not a real big kid, but a good-sized quarterback. But
he's got a great arm, got great touch on the ball.
So 2nd and 5 for the Falcons. Their opening drive here of the game.
He hasn't even thrown to Tyler Evans yet. So Tyler Evans, their leading receiver, all-time leading receiver for Austintown Fitch.
Give is to number 42. That's DJ Williams. He will get down inside the 25-yard line and have enough for the Falcon first down.
Don, there you see that edge that Boardman was giving up that edge the first few weeks of the season, and they shorted up a little bit over the last several games, but looks like they're having some issues with that now. Again, this game.
First and 10 Falcons, ball's at the 23-yard line. Sherwood will give it to Williams. He'll make a man miss, gets down inside the 20, but a penalty marker comes down, and I think we're going to have an illegal block against the Falcons. We'll wait for Kurt Beamer to tell us. Holding against the Falcons. That'll back them up 10. And that might just be what the Boardman defense needs at this time. Puts him back to the 35-yard line where it will be 1st and 22 for Austintown.
The way Austintown's been running the ball, I wouldn't be surprised if they hand the ball off again.
Empties the backfield. He'll throw it out to Williams. And he'll be tackled. Andre Freeman on the tackle. Short gain. Nice job by Freeman, who's given up some size there on that matchup. It'll be 2nd down and 18 for Austintown.
Be nice to get a negative play again if you're Boardman. appears to be an obvious passing situation. Could be wrong.
You would think. Dan Evans late coming onto the field for the Falcons. They only had 10 men on the field to start that play. Sherwood straight back, looks downfield, and wide open was number 1. That's Cam Smith, a 6'1 junior. He makes the catch inside the 10-yard line. And just a bullet thrown there by Devin Sherwood.
Excellent pass. I mean, great catch by Cam Smith.
So with that 25-yard completion, Falcons find themselves inside the audible call red zone. First and goal at the 7-yard line for the Falcons.
Another penalty on the Falcons.
So the illegal substitution will back the Falcons up to the 12. So the Boardman defense getting some help there from Austintown miscues, and it's time to tighten up right now if you're the Spartan defense. 4 minutes, 19 seconds left to play. Clock is running here in the first quarter. Sherwood will give it to Williams. And spinning and moving, plows his way inside the 10-yard line down to about the 8-yard line. It'll be second and goal.
Nice stop by Cortland Love on that one, plugging up the middle there.
Big number 52, Cortland Love on the tackle.
What's crazy is that Austintown has so many different weapons to choose from. So, I mean, they'll be keeping Boardman's defense guessing all night long.
Showing a number of different formations. Sherwood gives it to number 10, Tyree Mitchell. And about half the Boardman defense in on the tackle, but he plows down inside the 5-yard line. Jared Mahood on the tackle for Boardman. It'll be third and goal at the 3-yard line for Austintown. Let's give a shout out from the students of BSTN who are providing our video coverage and production here this evening.
These kids have done a phenomenal job all year. There's nobody even on Tyler Evans right now.
You've got to believe Sherwood sees that, but he hands it off to Mitchell, and Mitchell will be stopped short of the goal line, so the Boardman defense holds on third down. Decision time for Coach T.J. Parker.
Something tells me they're not going to be sending out the kicker, Don.
No, they do have a good kicker, though, Josiah Burneye. His dad was a kicker at Austintown when I was in school there.
What kind of helmets did you wear back then? I'm just kidding.
Leather. Leather. So the Falcons are going to go for it on fourth and goal. Ball at the 3-yard line. Give is to number 42, DJ Williams, and he'll be stopped short by the center of the Boardman defensive line.
Big time stop by Boardman's defense. That was amazing.
First and 10, Spartans at the 3. Heck of a stop there by that Boardman defense, something they needed. And I'm really surprised that T.J. Parker tried to go straight up the middle there on the final two plays.
He must have saw something the last few times, but I mean, what's been working for him has been the edge, and he didn't go to the edge the last 3 plays.
And Boardman has been vulnerable to those edge runs all season long. Surprised they didn't use their speed to get outside, but the Spartans hold at the 3-yard line. 2 minutes, 2 seconds left to play here in the first quarter.
This soccer team is currently 11-3-2 and finished second in the All-American Conference. They will travel to Akron Hogan tomorrow morning and host round one of the state playoffs on Wednesday at 6 p.m. here at VHS against Akron North.
So shout out to Mediate Financial, one of our Spartan Stadium sponsors. And of course, there's Steve Coca from Coca's Pizza.
Dawn, on this drive, you know, I'm not necessarily looking to score if I'm Boardman, but definitely want to make sure I flip the field.
Yes, that is very important now. The Spartans will start after that big stand down on the goal line. 1st and 10 at the 3-yard line. Austintown had marched 72 yards and couldn't get the final 3. Give is to Sean O'Hara. He will plow up the middle and gets across the 5 to the 6-yard line. So gain of 3, 2nd down and 7, Boardman.
No safety help over the top for Cam Thompson right now.
See if Coach Antrim dials up a pass. Terrence Thomas will keep it himself, and he will be tackled down near the goal line. The Falcons want a safety, but forward progress will get him out to the 1-yard line. He was actually thrown down in the end zone, but it's going to bring up 3rd down and 11 from the 2-yard line.
Taking a shot right now if I'm Boardman.
3-on-3 out here on the near sideline. Dan Evans covering Cam Thompson. Doesn't look like any safety help there. We'll see.
Yeah, it looks like number 3's pressing up on him too. So it's one step and he could be gone.
And Terrence Thomas will keep it himself. He'll get a little more room out to the 4-yard line to set up a Spartan punt. It'll be 4th down, Boardman.
Looks like we're going to go down to the end of the first quarter here, Don.
Yep, that'll be the end of the first quarter here from Boardman. The score, Austintown nothing, Boardman nothing. We'll be back after this from Kent State University.
Now is the time to think about your future, where you want to go, what you want to be. Your future can start now at Kent State Salem or Kent State East Liverpool. We have programs that will open doors and provide opportunities for you to pursue your passion. We are affordable, we are close. You call it hometown, we call it Kent State University. Learn more at www.kent.edu/Columbiana. You belong here.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
Jimmy Sudman here, Director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and 2 of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
We are back to Spartan Stadium in Boardman for the start of the second quarter, where Boardman finds themselves backed up against their own end zone with a 4th and 10 situation. Cam Thompson set to punt it away to Tyler Evans.
Fernando Ortiz is actually punting this time.
Check that. That's Fernando Ortiz, number 5. That's what you get for not checking your binoculars, Donnie.
Pulled the switch on us.
So Ortiz set to punt. Tyler Evans sets up at the 39-yard line for Austintown. And if ever Fernando Ortiz needed to get off the punt of his life, now is the time.
I would say.
And gets a good one off. It will back Evans up to the 43-yard line where he will fair catch it. Austintown will start their second drive of the game. 1st and 10 at the Boardman 43. The Boardman girls soccer team will host a first-round tournament game on Monday night here at Spartan Stadium against the Wildcats of Mayfield High School. Coach Doremo's squad will kick that one off at 6 p.m. The Boardman boys will play their final regular season soccer game tomorrow morning at Hoban High School in Akron, and then they will host a first-round playoff game on Wednesday against the Akron North Vikings at 6 p.m. here at Spartan Stadium. Second offensive drive for Austintown, starting in great field possession, 1st and 10 at the 44. Sherwood will look to throw, and his pass is complete. That's Tyler Evans down to the 25-yard line.
It was only a matter of time before he got Tyler Evans involved. I mean, they've been going to each other all year, so good route running by Fitch on that one to move the sticks.
Sherwood throws a very tight spiral, a lot of velocity on the ball, gets it out quickly, and his receiver was open there. 1st and 10 Falcons at the 25. Man in motion, give is to number 3, Dan Evans. And Spartan defense on top of that one. They'll stop him for no gain.
Portland Love with another big stop, had another one early on in the game, but if you're Boardman, you just got to keep attacking, making sure that the edge is cleaned up, and hopefully you're guessing on the right one that they're going to go to on offense.
Sherwood operating exclusively out of the shotgun. Give is to 42. That's DJ Williams. And good gain down to the 11-yard line where he's brought down by Anthony Hightower. But that'll be enough to move the chains and set up another Austintown first down.
See if that defense can come up with some more red zone magic.
In the audible call red zone, Sherwood pass is complete to Williams. He's hit right around the line of scrimmage by Cam Thompson, and then finally brought down by Sean O'Hara.
Looks like Cam Thompson's a little shaken up on the play. They met each other pretty quick.
Thompson coming off. Andre Freeman, number 12, will replace him in the defensive backfield. Loss on the play, it'll be 2nd down and 11. Austintown can get a first down at the 1-yard line. Sherwood will put it in the air again. Pass is complete to Dominic Perry, 22. And he's going to be thrown down inside the 5-yard line, fighting for yardage. Jared Mahood on the tackle for Boardman.
Big third down for Boardman now, Don.
3rd and 3 for the Falcons at the 4-yard line. Sherwood will give it to Williams, and he will fight across the goal line for an Austintown touchdown. at Austintown scoring drive. 6 plays, 43 yards. The final 4 by Tyree Mitchell into the end zone for the Austintown touchdown. Josiah Burneye on to attempt the extra point. Tyler Evans, your holder. Burneye's kick is up, and it is good. So with 8 minutes, 52 seconds left to play here in the first half, the score, Austintown 7, Boardman nothing.
We are there in your community. Small business owners, mechanics, police officers, homemakers. And we are there serving our nation in the Air Force Reserve. When medical emergencies arise, in cybersecurity, when natural disasters happen, we are there in space. We are Reserve Citizen Airmen, and we are there with over 180 different jobs to serve your country. Air Force Reserve.
We're back in Boardman. Austintown leads 7-0 off a 4-yard touchdown run by Tyree Mitchell. 8 minutes and 52 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Boardman will get the ball back to start their 3rd offensive drive of the game and look to put something on the board.
Yeah, it's not working too well for them so far. Only 7 plays offensively on 2 drives. They got their very first possession they threw for a first down. So 6 plays the rest of the way. So they gotta find something that's gonna work and make sure that this game stays close.
Yeah, by contrast, Austintown's run 19 plays to Boardman's 7. So we'll need to flip that certainly. You'd like to see, even if Boardman doesn't get anything on the board here, just get a few first downs, keep that defense off the field, and try to get some positive things going on here offensively. So Josiah Burneye will tee it up for the Falcons. Deep for Boardman, we'll see number 1 Anthony Hightower, number 3 Cam Thompson. He went off the field during that last defensive series, but now back out to receive the kick. So Thompson, a very dangerous kick returner. He's returned a punt and a kickoff for a touchdown. And the Falcons kicked it right to him on the opening kickoff of the game. We'll see if they do that again. They will kick it to Thompson again. Thompson will take it at the 15. Heads to the far sideline. And gets out to about the 25-yard line. So 10-yard return. Boardman will start 1st and 10 at the 25 here, their 3rd offensive possession of the game.
As long as they're not backed up to their own end zone, the playbook should be wide open for them. So look to see some magic coming from Boardman. They told us yesterday when we were talking to them that they had something special for Austintown. So haven't seen it yet, but hopefully it's on this drive.
73rd meeting all time between these two Mahoning County schools. Terrence Thomas will bring the offense back out onto the field. Give this to Fernando Ortiz. And he'll get 4 yards. Sets up a very manageable 2nd down and 6 for the Boardman offense. We've got a battle of the bands going on tonight here, Donnie. It looks like both of them are competing for
they won't stop.
Who can be louder this evening.
I don't think
great
they
atmosphere
stop for the entire game.
Gives to Sean O'Hara. O'Hara with some room through the center of that Austintown defense. Makes some men miss. And he won't be stopped until he gets to the 48-yard line.
Excellent run, excellent vision by Sean O'Hara on that run right there. Could have actually almost been called for a face mask at the end there. It looked like his helmet was pulled down pretty quick, but they must have missed it. But man, what a great run by Sean. That's definitely what was needed by the Boardman Spartan offense.
Noah Thomas on the tackle for Austintown. Out of the 48, 1st and 10 Boardman. Give us to Ortiz. And Ortiz with a short gain. We'll call it 1 up to the 49.
Got tripped up pretty quick there.
Second down and 9 for the Spartans. This drive started back on their 25-yard line. Boardman offense comes into the game averaging 26 points per game. And the Fitch defense gives up exactly that, 26 points per game.
The problem is Fitch's offense is explosive. They 50.
Give us to O'Hara, straight up the middle. He will be stopped by 23, that's Brian Robinson. He will cross into Austintown territory and will set up a 3rd down and 7 for Boardman.
Don, one person you don't see out there on offense right now is number 3, Cam Thompson. Looks like he has a little bit of a shoulder stinger going on right now. That would be a major, major blow offensively if he's not out.
Yeah, he came off the field in that defensive series down near the goal line. He did come out to return the kickoff, but now he's not been on the field. He's back out there now. He's in the slot. 2 backs with Thomas. Thomas will fake the handoff, looks to throw. He's going to go over the top deep. Thompson has him beat. He was behind that Austintown defense. Looked like 3 Falcon defenders there. He had them all beat, and they could not make the connection.
I'm not sure if he just lost the ball in the air, Don, because that ball looked like it was on the money. He turned at the last second, and I don't think he could locate it, but man, he was right there. That would have been a beautiful 6-point touchdown for the Spartans. My goodness.
But I think take a note of that if you're the Boardman coaching staff, because he ran right by the Austintown defensive backfield. Now Cam Thompson will line up in punt formation. Tyler Evans deep to return it for the Falcons. He's set up at the 21-yard line. Thompson with the kick.
Kind of a rugby style.
Kind of a rugby style. And Evans will take it. He's got to bring it out of the end zone now. And he will be stopped at the goal line by the Spartan coverage team. Really, I think might have made a mistake by trying to pick that up.
Let that ball go. That ball was heading into the end zone, well on its own.
It is a 48-yard punt, and Evans just gets it out of the end zone. It's going to be spotted inside the 1-yard line, hash mark near side.
Have to appreciate the rugby style kick of Cam Thompson first, and then the pursuit.
First down, Austintown at the 1-yard line.
Referees are a little late on this one.
Well, Mr. Beamer wants to make sure everyone knows what's going on.
Great pursuit by punt coverage for Boardman. Now can we get a two-pointer here, Don, maybe?
That would certainly be the time to do it. Fernando Ortiz, the negative play specialist, has 5 on the year. Let's see if he can get another one. And timeout will be called by Sherwood as the play clock ran down to 1. So the Spartan student section, dressed in maroon tonight, getting loud down on that end of the field. Austintown uses their 2nd timeout of the first half.
My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats, because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all 100. I'm 100% saved, 100% free, 100% love. I can be 100% me. He gave all 100 when they put him up on that tree. That's 100% passion for 100% free. So if I play in front of 100, or if I play in front of 2, there's an audience of 1 getting 100% of what I can do.
Coca's Pizza, always supporting our community and our local athletes. Stop in on game day or score big and have it delivered right to your door. Check out our daily specials at cocaspizza.com. That's Coca's Pizza, we serve it hot.
Hey, Donnie, I want to mention that Boardman senior golfer Ryan Sam shot an even par 71 at the Pine Hills Golf Course in Hinckley Township to qualify for the state golf tournament. That'll be played next weekend down in Columbus at the Ohio State Scarlet Course. So congratulations, Ryan Sam. Great job. Both the boys and girls golf teams were All-American Conference champions this season.
Phenomenal year for both of them.
The girls posting an 18-1 record. So back to the game at hand. Austintown will start 1st and 10 at their 1-yard line. Sherwood will go under center here for the first time tonight, and he just tries to plow it out a little bit. Didn't get much there. Maybe 1 yard. We'll see where they spot it. Center of that Boardman defensive line. Cortland Love gets up off the bottom of that pile, and he might have got half a yard, if that, and that might be being generous.
Don, I'm extremely surprised at the play call by TJ Parker on this one, because I thought for sure, if anything, instead of lining up behind center, he was going to sneak it up the middle, but maybe he saw something different during the timeout.
They go back to their shotgun here. Boardman defense looking for a safety. Oh my goodness, give is to number 42, DJ Williams, who will be out over the 15-yard line. He'll have enough for the first down. And just like that, Austintown's out of the shadow of their own goal line.
Those are the type of plays that just punch you right in the gut. Got to regroup right away. I mean, you're at the half-yard line, giving up a 19-yard run there, 18-yard run.
Okay, this is where the Boardman defense needs to keep a positive attitude here. You still got the team pinned down at their 15-yard line. Yeah, they're not at the goal line anymore, but you still got a chance to pin them deep here. You got to get a stop. Evans in motion. Sherwood looks to throw. He puts it out towards number 4, Donnie Ellis. Overthrows him out over the 40-yard line, so we'll bring up 2nd down and 10, Austintown.
It's a good thing he was overthrown, because it looked like that ball was about to be on the money.
Andre Freeman with tight coverage there, but the pass a little bit overthrown. 2nd down and 10, Austintown. Falcons show yet another formation offensively. Give is to Mitchell, excuse me, that's Tyree Mitchell, number 10. He'll be stopped at the 24-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and about 1 for Austintown.
And Don, it's pick your poison right now if you're Boardman, because you're trying to do everything you can to shore up that edge. You know, kind of giving up a little bit of a shade over to the left and right of the offensive line, and then you give up that middle.
3rd down for the Falcons, 3rd and 1 at the 24. And penalty markers come down the left side of that Austintown offensive line moved. They've had some penalty problems tonight. We've seen several penalties from Austintown, and that'll back them up 5. If you're wondering why you see the 3rd down graphic come up, we get the production from the BSTN, Boardman Schools Television Network, who produces everything on the beautiful video board here at Spartan Stadium. So that's why you saw that 3rd down graphic that you're seeing again right now. Third and about 7. Sherwood will look to throw, and he'll make the connection to Evans, who breaks a tackle and will be brought down out at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10, Austintown. Just a dangerous offense here from Austintown.
They really are. They really are. I mean, they have weapons everywhere. How they're 4-3 is beyond me right now. I mean, they got throttled by Canfield a couple weeks ago and lost a tough one to Massillon, Washington. My goodness, they can send the football around.
Their 3 losses on the year coming against Ursuline, a 48-47 basketball score.
Yeah, it was a controversial ending to the game, too.
And then to Massillon, Washington, and Cantfield, who beat them 41-10. Sherwood will keep it himself. He's got running room through the middle. He'll be brought down, but not after a good gain. Thomas Andahar on the tackle, but it'll be enough to move the change. 12-yard carry there for Sherwood. First down, Austintown at the 42.
And if Boardman can't figure something out offensively, this could be a long night.
Clock is running, 2 minutes, 47 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And Donnie, the rain is held off.
So far, knock on wood.
And Austintown will use their final timeout with 2 minutes, 41 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. We'll be back after this from Boardman Acura.
It's a new year at Acura of Boardman and Boardman Mitsubishi with huge savings on over 350 fully inspected vehicles. We have cars, trucks, SUVs, minivans, and work vehicles. We don't have it, our team will find it. We aim for 100% credit approval with payments as low as $99 per month. And as always, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. For a great vehicle and a great experience, come see why everyone is stopping by at Acura Boardman and Boardman Mitsubishi.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Okay, after using their final timeout of the first half, Austintown has it 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. 2 minutes and 41 seconds left in the second quarter. Leading the game 7-0. Sherwood will look to throw over the top. He's got a wide open receiver. That's Donnie Ellis, and Donnie Ellis will be into the end zone for an Austintown touchdown. 42-yard touchdown pass, Sherwood to Evans.
Austintown did a nice job sending out the running back into the flats, and the cornerback actually stepped up to jump on him and thinking he had some safety help over top, and safety picked the other guy, unfortunately.
Sherwood throws a beautiful ball, and Ellis was wide open down that far sidelines. 42 yards, touchdown for Austintown. Josiah Burneye on to attempt the extra point here. His kick is up, and his kick is good. So with 2 minutes, 33 seconds left to play in the second quarter from Spartan Stadium, the score, Austintown 14, Boardman nothing.
Every customer has a story, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Working with your family can be stressful at times, but because they're family, you know that you're going to get a loving, honest answer, even when things don't make sense, to any problem. Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance.
Okay, Boardman looking to get back on track now, trailing 14-0 to Austintown Fitch. That last Fitch scoring drive, 99 yards on 7 plays. The final 42 yards. Devin Sherwood to Donnie Ellis for the touchdown.
See if Boardman can get on the board before the half here. one thing you don't want to do is turn the ball over. I mean, if you turn the ball over on downs because of the time, that's one thing, but you don't want to get the ball back to them.
Not this explosive Austintown offense, that's for sure.
They don't have it. They'll get the ball at the half as well, Austintown.
Anthony Hightower will take it at the 18-yard line, and he'll make a man miss. Some running room up the middle. Gets up to the 34, where it'll be 1st and 10 Spartans. So 16-yard return for Hightower.
2:26 to go, plenty of time, have all 3 timeouts.
Hightower returns that kickoff 16 yards. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Ball is our own 33-yard line.
Cam Thompson's obviously banged up, but it's his arm, not his leg, so he can definitely get past him.
Nice return there we're seeing on the replay for Anthony Hightower. Made a man miss and was able to get 16 yards on the return. So good field position for the Spartans here to start this drive. They really need to get something going offensively here, down 14-0. Play clock now running down to 5, and it looks like the Spartans are going to either have to get this off quickly or call timeout, and there's the timeout. We've seen that a couple times this year. After a timeout,
you know, Don,
call another timeout.
It might be confusing tonight because it's the KBN game of the week, and some of these timeouts are extended because of media and everything else, but you still have to be cognizant of the play clock.
Certainly do. So Boardman still with 2.
Growing up, I love figuring out how things work, putting things together. I love being able to come up with an idea, design it, just the whole process of creating things. I go to school here at Youngstown State, and my passion is 3D design. I chose YSU because all the equipment, the research being done here, it's like a playground for me. I'm Alex, and I'm Y and proud.
Okay, Boardman 1st and 10 at their 34. 2 minutes, 26 seconds left to go here before halftime. Cam Thompson will join Terrence Thomas in the backfield. The give is to Thompson. Makes a man miss. And he will be dragged out of bounds into the Boardman sideline by 3 Falcon defenders, but he gets about 7 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Clock will stop. They'll give him 8. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Not a terrible play call, but got to start trying to go a little vertical here.
Thompson did fight to get out of bounds, so the clock is stopped right now. Interesting, I don't think we've seen him in the backfield yet. That was a new wrinkle.
Yeah.
Thomas will throw it out to Hightower. Hightower with blocking in front of him. And he's going to get the 1st down.
The problem is with Anthony Hightower, he's not a very good route runner. He likes to stop and hesitate. When you stop and hesitate, you have so many people that can come up and make the tackle. Kept him in bounds, so the clock's running. So, I mean, you just got to make a decision and go for it. You don't have time. Time is not on your side right now.
And with the speed in that Fitch secondary, even if you make the 1st man miss, you're not going to, you know, they're going to close so fast on the football. But he does have enough for the 1st down out to the 46-yard line.
You can make those moves on the basketball court, just not on the football court.
Thomas rolls to his left, looking to throw. Pass intended for Andre Freeman, but out of bounds. 2nd down and 10 for Boardman.
Cam Thompson with single coverage. I mean, there's no shot like now to give him an opportunity.
Give this to O'Hora. And O'Hora just tripped up in the backfield. C.J. Schisler got him by the shoelaces. Otherwise, O'Hora had some room to run.
Yeah.
Brings up 3rd down and 9. Not sure why the clock is stopped right there. But Now it's running.
False start.
And you're going to get a false start, illegal procedure against Boardman. Will back him up 5 and bring him 3rd and 14. Kyle Barnett, the guilty party right there for Boardman. 3rd and 14, minute 31. Clock is running here before halftime. Thomas will drop straight back, feels some pressure. Now will tuck it and run. He's got room down that far sideline, and he'll be dragged down over on the Fitch sideline, but he'll get very close to the yard to gain. It looks like it'll be about 4th and 2 for Boardman here. Clock running under 1 minute. And the Spartans line up very quickly there. Now Coach Antrim's calling timeout. That's his 2nd of the half. He'll get it called with 50 seconds left to play.
I got into the car business and I worked for about 19 years for Saturn. I have always wanted to make sure that the customers' wants and needs were met. Well, I'd like customers to know that I care about them. My goal is to try to find the right vehicle that's the appropriate vehicle for them. I'm Robert Colbert, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you.
For a great vehicle and a great experience, come to Boardman Mitsubishi today. As always, our full lineup of Mitsubishi models comes with a standard 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Boardman Mitsubishi, your hometown Mitsubishi dealer since 1999.
Okay, we are 50 seconds to go before halftime. Boardman's got it 4th and 1 at the Austintown 45, trailing 14-0. Sean O'Hora in the backfield with Thomas. He'll bring Fernando Ortiz in motion. And Thomas looking to throw. He'll now tuck it and run, and he will be brought down short of the first down marker. That's number 55, Josh Fitzgerald, will stop Terrence Thomas. And the Spartans will give it over on downs to Austintown.
And the problem is, Don, you called the timeout there, so you gave Austintown 44 seconds with about 54 yards to go. They could do plenty in 44 seconds, especially with the clock stopping and every first down. So a little bit of a mishap there as far as the timeouts go.
Sherwood's got 5 receivers out, 2 to the top, 3 to the bottom. And they will get the ball to start the second half. Immediately looking to throw is Sherwood. Completed over there to Cam Smith. And he'll be dragged down at the 35-yard line. Ashton LaBelle on the tackle. Clock continues to run. 16-yard completion, and Sherwood will clock it now. 30 seconds left to go. They're out of timeouts. 2nd and 10 for Austintown at the Boardman 35. And if you're Boardman, this is where you need a tackle in the field of play, and Coach Antrim's going to use a timeout right now. His final of the half. So ideally what you want to happen here is, even if Austintown completes the pass, give them the underneath, make the tackle, and then the clock will continue to run. And even if they clock it at that point, you're looking at a field goal of well over 40 yards if Austintown would elect to do that.
Something tells me they're not going to play for the field goal. I feel like they're going to put their foot on the throats here pretty soon if they don't. We'll see what this next play does.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Okay, we're back. 30 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Austintown on top 14-0. They've got a 2nd and 10 at the 35. Out of timeouts. You got a very experienced cornerback, Devin Sherwood. And there you have false start by Donnie Ellis, the wide receiver up at the top of the screen. Will back him up 5. It'll be 2nd and 15. Unfortunately there for Boardman, no time runs off the clock. Sherwood will throw. Complete is to Cam Smith, and he will be tackled at the 23-yard line. That will stop the clock. 22 seconds left to play. Stephen Conti on the tackle.
They got about 22 seconds, about roughly three, or could possibly get 4 plays in, but looks like they're going to take a couple shots.
They needed 16 for the first down. They got 17, and he just got out of bounds. Sherwood again, straight back to throw, looking deep. And what's going to be the call?
So he's calling it a catch on the field, which makes no sense whatsoever because they both were out of bounds when they came down with it.
I'm looking forward to seeing what we get on the replay here because it sure looked like they were both out of bounds there.
How was that a complete catch in the field?
Tyler Evans brought that in, but sure looked like to us that he was out of bounds. I'm not sure if we're going to get a replay on that one. But just like that, Austintown's in the audible call red zone. 14 seconds left on the clock here in the second quarter.
Would have been nice to see the replay, but I guess
no replay there. Give is to Williams, and he'll be brought down short of the goal line. The clock will run. They'll have to hurry to get it set. And they are going to, well, the clock runs down to 0. He tried to clock it. That's got to be the final play of the half. And that is the end of the first half. Austintown will come up just short at the goal line, but they lead Boardman 14-0. We'll be back with the Spectacle of Bands, 2 of the great marching bands in the area, Austintown, Fitch, and Boardman, and you'll get to see them here at halftime live on YSN.
To thy glory and thy honor, we will always loyal be. When the storms of life o'ertake us, thou art constant, shelter wilt be, true and steadfast to thee, Fitch, I, striving for the right to fight. To thee, Fitch, I now all hail thee, alma mater we sing to thee.
And we're back here on YSN for the start of the third quarter from Boardman, where Austintown leads the Spartans 14-0. Some halftime statistics, Donnie,
huh?
pretty lopsided. Austintown Fitch with 13 first downs to Boardman's 3. They rushed the ball 16 times for 85 yards. Boardman 13 for 60. Austintown quarterback Devin Sherwood is 11 of 13 for 211 yards and a touchdown, the long being a 42-yard pass to Donnie Ellis for a touchdown in the first half. Boardman just 262 total yards for Austintown to 80 for Boardman. Here's the area where Boardman's leading. They've had no penalties in the first half.
Wow.
Austintown 4 for 27, but Spartans have some work to do. They'll kick it off here to start the second half, down just 2 touchdowns. So deep to receive the ball for Austintown, number 1, Cam Ellis. And having difficulty seeing the other returner. Cole Conkson, soccer player with 30 goals on the year for the Boardman soccer team, will kick it off. It'll be a squib kick along the ground, taken by one of the up men inside the 25. That's number 9, Deshaw Vaughn Jr. He'll be knocked down at the 33-yard line where the Falcons will start the second half. 1st and 10.
And basically, the clock was able to stop Austintown in the first half, Don, or else this could have been a 21-0 easy deficit. But if you're Boardman, you're in the locker room at halftime. You're going over scenarios. You just have to make one big play, offensively and defensively, to get back in this game.
And they had an opportunity. Cam Thompson was running free behind that Falcon defense in the first half, and the ball just overthrown, or he lost it in the lights, not sure, but that would have been an easy touchdown had they connected. Sherwood been very efficient tonight. He'll give the ball off, and the center of the Boardman defense stops the ball carrier for no gain. Stephen Conti on the tackle, gain of 1 yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
If you're Boardman on defense, that's what you want. You want your senior to step up and make the tackle. Stephen did a nice job on that.
Sherwood will keep it himself, and he'll be brought down for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. Will bring up 3rd down and long for Austintown. You know, we talked earlier, Donnie, about playoff positioning. The top 16 in the region make it to the playoffs. It'll play in week 11. Austintown sits 8th, Boardman 12th, so very, very important. 3rd down for the Falcons.
Big 3rd down for Boardman right now. You gotta make sure you get them off the field.
Sherwood will pass where he's been so dangerous tonight. And pass is complete.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And incomplete. Now they wave that off. Did hit the ground. Tried to make the connection with Donnie Ellis there, but he's short. And so Boardman will get exactly what they needed to start the second half of 3 and out. Cam Thompson will set up inside the 30-yard line for Boardman. And Devin Sherwood is the punter for Austintown. 4th and 10.
Is this Austintown's first punt?
This is their first punt of the evening. Unusual that you see the quarterback is also the punter. Don't think a fake would be in order here, but who knows? Sherwood will indeed get the punt off. It will take a Boardman bounce before being down by Kylan Foster at the 38-yard line. 1st and 10, Boardman.
Now, Dawn, I don't know. If I'm Boardman right now, I'm just going to try to make a big play, big splash as soon as you come out of the gate at halftime. There's no time like now, especially when you're down 2 scores.
First and 10, Boardman. And that play didn't fool anybody. You had Cam Thompson coming in motion, and Terrence Thomas stopped behind the line of scrimmage by Kylan Foster. Loss of 2, 2nd and 12.
I'm just not understanding some of the play calling going on right now. You haven't done any of this stuff throughout the year. I don't know if these are just added wrinkles for Fitch, but Fitch is too good of a defense to test some of these plays on.
Thompson again in motion. He'll get the ball. He'll make a man miss. He's got running room, and he'll be knocked out of bounds up over the 45-yard line. They'll spot him there. It'll bring up a manageable 3rd down and about 2.
Nice to see the ball in Cam Thompson's hands, but I'd love to see that ball vertically in his hands.
That's a gain of 9 yards. Sets up 3rd down and 3 for Spartans.
Just underway here in the third quarter, 9:51 left to play. 3rd and 3 for the Spartans. Give is to Sean O'Hora. O'Hora will plow through, and he'll have enough for the first down at the 48-yard line.
You know, going back to the first half when Boardman had that 4th and 1, that would have been the logical choice, was to go to number 6 on that. Looks like they learned from that.
1st and 10. Ball's on the 49-yard line.
Surprisingly, the breeze has settled down out there.
Yeah, flag is not moving very much as I look at it. I'm told rain might be on the way. Give is to Sean O'Hora. O'Hora gets outside, and he'll have a nice gain down inside the 45-yard line before being knocked down on the far sideline.
And that's the difference between a running back and a receiver. O'Hora that time just stuck his nose down and went around the end as quick as he could, whereas a Hightower, being a receiver, was trying to make too many juke moves, you know, and got caught up. But you just gotta go forward. You gotta go vertical.
2nd and 2. And there's enough speed on that Austintown offense. If you try to string them out and make those moves, they're going to close on you. You gotta put your foot in the ground and go upfield. Give is to Thompson. He does exactly that, breaks a tackle into the open field, and now he will fall down at the 20-yard line trying to make a move, but good gain there for Boardman. 1st and 10, and they are in the red zone.
The audible call, red zone.
The audible call, red zone. Shout out to the guys back at YSN Control. 1st and 10 Spartans just inside the red zone at the 20. Boardman putting together a nice drive here to start the second half. Give is to O'Hora. And O'Hora looked like he was going to be stopped for no gain at the line of scrimmage, but he plows forward for 3.
The Spartans have now entered the red zone, brought to you by Youngstown Orthopedic Associates. And that will carry for 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Ball's on top of the 7-yard line.
2nd and 7 at the 17 for Boardman. Give is to O'Hora, and he will be stopped up for no gain by the center of that Austintown defense. That'll bring up 3rd down and 9 after the loss.
Spartans taking their time getting the play call in. Hopefully it's the right one.
Taking quite a bit of time. Play clock now running down inside 10 seconds to go. They'll need to hurry. Thomas back to throw. Under some pressure, he'll now tuck it. And he's going to be brought down right around the line of scrimmage, and will bring up 4th and 8 for the Spartans.
That's tough, Don, because they took every bit of that play clock down to where they could to get that play call in, and it looked like there was a little bit of a misassignment there.
Cole Conkson in to attempt a field goal here for Boardman. And now they're bringing the kicker off the field, certainly within Conkson's range. He's got a long of 42 on the year, 3 for 3 with field goals. But Boardman going to go for it now, and they're going to have to hurry or maybe burn a timeout. Play clock running down at 6. Thomas will throw, and in and out of the hands of the receiver, Cam Thompson. He's looking for a flag, but there's none to be had on that field. Boardman will turn it over on downs, and I've got to agree with Coach Antrim. You got to go for the touchdown there.
Yeah, being down 2 scores like that, getting points on the board is something. It might be a little bit of a mental boost, but not in this situation. In the second half, down 2 scores.
Nice defensive play by Austintown there. Cam Thompson looking for the flag, but none thrown. We'll be back after this from the U.S. Air Force.
We are there in your community. Small business owners, mechanics, police officers, homemakers. And we are there serving our nation in the Air Force Reserve. When medical emergencies arise, in cybersecurity, when natural disasters happen, we are there in space. We are Reserve Citizen Airmen, and we are there with over 180 different jobs to serve your country. Air Force Reserve.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsurancesolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
Every customer has a story, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
After Boardman turned it over on downs, Austin will start 1st and 10 on their 18-yard line, up 14-0 here with 5 minutes, 39 seconds left to play in the third quarter.
It's a pretty deflating drive for Boardman. They had some momentum going, moved the ball pretty nice, and to stall on downs is pretty...
They'll give it to number 10, Tyree Mitchell, and he will rumble up over the 30-yard line, but a penalty marker down, and you would think it's going to be holding against Austintown, and indeed it is.
Seems like that's the only thing that's really keeping Austintown back today are the penalties.
That's their 5th penalty on the evening. There have been none against Boardman, so that's a bright spot for the Spartans, but really the only thing getting in the way of this Austintown offense is this Austintown offense. That'll march them back inside the 10-yard line, just at the 10-yard line. So it's 1st and 18, Austintown. Sherwood has been very efficient this evening. Give again is to Mitchell, and this time not nearly as much running room. Several Spartans on the tackle right at the line of scrimmage. We'll give them one. It'll be 2nd and 17. And Devin Sherwood is going to be sacked. That's Stephen Conti, number 9. Just what the Boardman defense needed.
Stephen already with 2 huge plays in the second half on defense.
It's 3rd down and 23 for Austintown. That's Conti's first sack of the season. Sherwood will set up in his end zone, and this is where the Boardman defense needs to stiffen. He'll drop it off to 42, DJ Williams. Williams will be tackled just outside the 10-yard line, far short of the first down, so the Boardman defense is up to the task. And you would think that the offense is going to get good field position after this punt.
Yeah, just gotta get some points off this drive for sure.
4th and 17, Austintown. Sherwood, the quarterback, also the punter. Cam Thompson set up at the 40-yard line. And that play clock is going to run out, so they'll back him up 5. Delay a game against Austintown. That'll back them up 5. I'm not sure why he's giving him half the distance here with the 12-yard line. It should be at the 6. It's a 5-yard penalty. And they're putting it on the 8.
So they don't even know where they're putting it.
Nah, you see something new every night in high school football. That is not a half the distance penalty outside the 10. And now they may get this corrected because I see the Boardman staff making some noise down there. There is zero way that should be a 3-yard penalty. They're at the 12. It's a 5-yard penalty. It should be at the 7. Okay. Okay, they're going to get it correct. They will put it back at the 7-yard line. Maybe the replay official buzzed down to correct that. I don't know.
Somebody from the truck.
So Sherwood will punt from his own end zone here. And Thompson's going to get a chance to return this with plenty of room in front of him. Makes the first man miss. Gets outside. Thompson is going to be into the end zone.
No
a 35-yard punt return for Camp Thompson. And just like that, Boardman is back in this ball game.
That's why you got to get Cam Thompson the football any which way you can.
Just like that, the electric return of Cam Thompson. 37 yards for the touchdown. Untouched after he made the first man miss. Cole Conkson on to attempt the extra point.
Looks like
Conkson 16 of 18, 89% for the year. And we've got an injured Spartan on the field.
it's crazy. This late in the year, he might have some cramping going on.
And that's Cam Thompson down on the field. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back after this from Boardman Mitsubishi.
For a great vehicle and a great experience, come to Boardman Mitsubishi today. As always, our full lineup of Mitsubishi models comes with a standard 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Boardman Mitsubishi, your hometown Mitsubishi dealer since 1999.
Every customer has a story, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
News doesn't stop after the sun goes down. Sometimes you just have to hustle to get it. At 21 News, no matter how far it is, no matter what it takes to get there, we're working to bring you the best stories and the freshest content at 11 p.m. with the context and clarity that makes it worth staying up for, no matter what time it is. 21 News at 11 with me, Aaron Simonek, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 11, news that's worth your time.
Cole Conkson on to attempt the extra point. His kick is up, and it is good. So with 2 minutes, 44 seconds left to play here in the third quarter, the score now, Austintown 14, Boardman 7. So just like that, we've been saying for several games now, Cam Thompson, dangerous in the return game. He's now returned 2 punts for touchdowns on the season, 1 kickoff, and quite a weapon, although he was injured on the field, has now come off. We'll have to see if he gets back in the ball game.
Yeah, he's been electrifying all year. I mean, every catch he's made so far this year has been a highlight reel catch. You know, I mean, he's an all-around tremendous athlete. I mean, you can't teach that speed. So hopefully they see something else on offense too, because it looks like they were giving that ball in that jet sweep a couple of times too, which was pretty beneficial too. I mean, he tripped up a little bit on that 20-yard line, which resulted in a turnover on downs, but he stays up on his feet. Who knows? He might end up in the end zone.
Okay, so 14-7, just what the doctor ordered if you're a Boardman Spartan fan here in the third quarter. Again, beautiful night in Boardman, temperature in the mid-70s, shirt sleeve weather in the second half of October. Hard to believe.
It's unbelievable. Then tomorrow we have the boys and girls AAC championship cross-country race here at Boardman, and it's supposed to be 50s and rain.
Oh no, I've got to head to Akron to attend a soccer game tomorrow morning at Hoban High School, and they'll be out in the elements for that.
Oh boy.
That's the final regular season game for the boys soccer team. They are 11-3-2 on the year, finished second in the All-American Conference, and they are seeded 8th of 37 teams in the upcoming sectional and district tournament. Will host a home game here on Wednesday against Akron North, and if they get past the Vikings, they'll have a second home game here next Saturday night. So they've had a great season under Coach Simeone.
Absolutely.
Conkson, who just kicked the extra point for Boardman, has 30 goals on the season.
Did he get number 30 last night?
He did get number 30 last night against Howland.
Wow, that's amazing.
Conkson will kick it off, squibs it on the ground.
Oh,
off one of the up men. Tyler Evans will grab it. He'll be brought down just outside the 30-yard line at the 31, where Austintown will start. Willie Torres on the tackle for Boardman. He was flying down the field.
Willie Torres, just a sophomore. The kid's going to grow into be a monster linebacker, running back for Boardman. I'm excited to watch him over the next couple of years.
We're glad you're with us here on YSN this evening. Again, you see our sponsors as they flash in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. All great businesses, local businesses, and they allow us to bring you these streams free of charge on Friday nights.
Cam Thompson on the sidelines working out that cramp, chugging some French's mustard.
Sherwood looks to throw. He'll get it out to Evans. And Evans will be brought down after a nice gain. It's Anthony Hightower on the tackle for Boardman, along with Braden Joseph Robinson. He'll get 7, second down and 3.
Be nice to see a turnover here.
Give it to DJ Williams. He'll have enough for the first down. Chains will move. He's out to the 42-yard line. Been a very quick third quarter here, down under 2 minutes left to play. Completed pass out to number 4, Donnie Ellis. He'll get 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
That's a heck of a throw by Sherwood, though. I mean, he threw that ball about 35 yards in the air on a dime. Nice tight spiral. The kid pretty much has all the throws.
He's got a heck of an arm. He probably throws the tightest spiral and nicest ball that we've seen this year so far in the games we've covered. Continue to be amazed at the number of different formations that Austintown comes out in. Give is to Williams. He's fighting for yardage. He'll be down very close to the first down marker. I think he's going to be just short, bringing up 3rd and 1. Ashton LaBelle on the tackle for Boardman.
DJ Williams basically a bowling ball. He's a big boy. I remember him 2 years ago running through everybody as a sophomore.
He's a 5'10", 200-pounder. Give it to him again. He is not going to make it. He will be stopped for a loss in the backfield by a host of Spartan tacklers. Loses yardage.
And that's the key for Boardman defensively. You see Cortland Love getting in there. You see Stephen Conte coming all the way up from the safety position, getting in there. Gang tackling is what's going to have to be the rest of the way here for Boardman. I mean, they found a recipe that's worked pretty well this third quarter. So
That'll be the final play of the third quarter with the score Austintown 14, Boardman 7. We'll be back after this from Greenwood Chevrolet.
I've been in sales for 13 years. A few of my friends were in the car business and did really well, so they said, hey man, I think you should come over here and sell cars. There's so many different people that cross your desk that have been through so many different things, and it's my job to make the whole experience very easy for you. It's really finding the wants and needs, and it's my job to get, your payment to where you need it to be, affordable for you. I'm Paul Kello. I'm here to go the extra mile for you.
Now is the time to think about your future, where you want to go, what you want to be. Your future can start now at Kent State Salem or Kent State East Liverpool. We have programs that will open doors and provide opportunities for you to pursue your passion. We are affordable, we are close. You call it hometown, we call it Kent State University. Learn more at www.kent.edu/Columbiana. You belong here.
The environment in the hospital can be very intense for a patient. Being able to put a smile on their face brightens up my day. I go to Youngstown State University and my passion is nursing. What I love about studying nursing is that it takes you out of the classroom and into the lab. It's really hands-on. The professors here push you to be your absolute best, so if you want it, you gotta work hard for it. I am so excited about my future. I'm Shantiana and I am why I'm proud.
We are back for the start of the fourth quarter here at Spartan Stadium in Boardman. 12 minutes left to play. Boardman, although they have the statistics say they've been outplayed, are only trailing by 7.
That's it.
With a chance to get the ball back and tie this football game.
To start the fourth quarter, Falcons have 4th and 3. Ball at the 50-yard line.
4th and 3 at the 50. And Devin Sherwood, the dangerous quarterback, on to punt. Spartans keep the defense on the field, and now they will call timeout. And once again, the Falcons with just a different formation for the punt causes confusion, and if nothing else, forces Boardman to burn a timeout.
Yeah. I still say they punted. I mean, they're up a touchdown. Boardman hasn't done anything offensively. They did get that return for on the punt, but offensively they haven't proven that they can score.
Once again, while we have a break here, I'd like to thank the production crew from BSTN, teacher Joe Hollabaugh. They're providing all the pictures and video that you see here this evening. Those kids who do a great job, all students at Boardman High School, are Lucas Peters, Antonio Jacobson, Jordan Bard, Emily Kaleva, Aiden Lujan, Carter Kaler, Dante Julius, Josh Velasquez, Tazia DeQ, and Nicholas DePinto. Big round of applause for those kids. Do a great job. They allow you to bring us this production, which is really fantastic on a weekly basis.
Yeah, it's pretty seamless on our part because, trust me, the last few weeks we've been on the road, it's been tough moving the camera around. Not having to do it this week and at home, it's been a blessing.
Sherwood will punt it away. And it's going to go into the end zone for a touchback.
Not sure what that official was waiting for there. I mean, he carried it into the end zone.
Yeah, they never controlled it. So Spartans will take it 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line here. 11 minutes, 49 seconds to play in the ball game, just down by 7. And that's a case maybe of the Fitch defender wanting to get a little too much about downing it at the 1-yard line. He maybe could have controlled it somewhere inside the 5, and it ended up going into the end zone. So Boardman will start 1st and 10 at the 20. Cam Thompson back on the field.
That French's mustard must have worked out pretty well for those cramps. Got a big bottle of it.
That's the cure for cramps, I'm told, either mustard or pickle juice. I'm not sure
all
what's
the
more
condiments,
effective.
right?
Yeah, all the condiments, yes, absolutely.
Mayonnaise might make your fingers a little slippery.
Thomas gets it out to Hightower. Hightower with some running room. He will make a man miss, and he'll get out to the 27-yard line. Nice gain on 1st down.
Yeah, really nice gain. I mean, honestly, but if he just sticks his head down and goes forward, he probably gets a 1st down, maybe even a little bit more. I mean, he's got to understand that you can do that on offense.
Hightower, a speedy receiver, but there's just as much speed in that Austintown defensive backfield. So 2nd down and 3 for the Spartans. Good gain on 1st down. Give us to O'Hara. O'Hara with plenty of running room up the middle. He'll easily get the 1st down out over the 30-yard line.
Yeah, big time run by a big time running back. My top pick for the best running back in the Valley.
Came into the game with 803 yards rushing, so he's got a chance at 1,000 for the season. Leads the Spartans with 803 yards. He scored 6 touchdowns on the year. Thompson in the slot. Thomas will keep it himself, and now he's well outside and into the secondary, and he's going to be knocked down at the 32-yard line. Nice gain by Terrence Thomas. 1st and 10 Spartans now on the Falcons side of the field.
Big time run. Nice vision by Terrence on that. Waiting for some of his blockers to develop there, and looked like he was going to turn it up to the sidelines, but he turned it back in, which could get dangerous sometimes when you have a trailer. He took a nice little shot to the back there.
Hung on to the football. It'll be 1st and 10 Spartans at the 33-yard line. Incomplete. Pass intended for Anthony Hightower. Falls just short.
It seems like tonight that's what's been the thorn in Boardman's side is you get a big play and then you have a play that falters right the very next play. So hopefully they can erase that in their minds and get some positive yards here.
Okay, 2nd and 10. Ortiz in motion. Give us to O'Hara. O'Hara with running room into the secondary. And he'll be brought down
for a 1st down.
Right out near the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 Spartans.
That's a kid that just wants it.
12-yard gain for Sean O'Hara. And right on the edge of that audible call red zone, Donnie. Yeah. Boardman looking to go quick here. Now they look to the sidelines. Signal is in the play. Give is to O'Hara. O'Hara with some running room.
Looks like Ortiz that time.
That was Ortiz, you're right. Unfortunately, those two guys are built alike. One wears 5, one wears 6.
And when it's dark and we're all the way up here, it's very hard.
And it looks like there's an injured Spartan on the field. I think that's Anthony Hightower. Training staff out to take a look at him. He's now up on his feet.
Maybe he just got rolled up on.
He's off the field under his own power. Ortiz got 6 yards on that 1st down to bring up a very manageable 2nd down and 4.
Obvious four down territory for Boardman, so I'd keep chunking away at this right now.
You found something with that inside run game.
Yeah.
And using a little bit of misdirection, and those Falcon defenders are pursuing to the ball and get them with the misdirection. We've seen that from both Ortiz and O'Hara.
Right.
Thomas will call his own number, and he will get very close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a yard short.
Yeah, about a long yard.
Long yard, maybe 2. 3rd and 2, but you're definitely in 4-down territory, Donnie. And
listen, you're handing the ball off to number 6. I don't care what you do. You hand off to the number twice in a row if you have to, but got to get this 1st down especially.
Clock running, 8 minutes, 23 seconds left to play in the ball game. Ortiz the setback with Thomas. Give this to Ortiz. He'll have plenty for the first down. In fact, he'll be down inside the 10-yard line, setting up 1st and goal for the Spartans.
And it looks like on this drive, Ortiz and O'Hora are flip-flopping positions. One's going to a fullback up tight on the line. The other one's back with Thomas. So looks like they're alternating each play, really.
Now Fernando in that fullback role. O'Hora back, bad snap. Thomas is able to get it, and he will make the most out of what could be a very dangerous situation. He'll get a couple of yards down to the 7, where it'll be 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line. That could have been disastrous. That snap came out high.
Yeah, that could have been bad.
Thomas able to get it. Terrence Thomas, of course, the Purdue commit. Give this to O'Hora. And O'Hora will be brought down at about the 5-yard line. Another gain of 2, setting up 3rd and goal at the 5.
The problem on that run pass option there is he gave the ball. He waited way too long to give the ball to Sean. If you're going to commit to giving the ball to him, give it to him right away. Let him get his momentum. Or if you're not going to give it to him right, tuck it up and go right up that middle, because you easily would have gained 2, 3, 4 yards there.
Yeah, there was a hole
way.
that quickly closed.
Yeah.
And the reason it closed is there was indecision on whether should let O'Hora keep it or should I keep it myself, and they need to be need to be quick on that decision. Easy for us to say up here.
Right.
3rd and goal at the 5 for Boardman. Give this to O'Hora. O'Hora's going to plow into the end zone for the touchdown.
They call a fumble. He was across the goal line. They call a fumble.
Touchdown, Boardman.
Jeez, oh man.
Looks like he fumbled at about the 1-yard line, but then he was into the end zone. The Boardman Spartans pounced upon it, and now the ball game is on. Pending the extra point, we could have a tie ball game.
First touchdown. It's always good when an offensive lineman can get a touchdown.
If this was the NFL or college, this play would be under further review. I'm not sure if we're going to get a replay. I hope we do.
Yeah, there's no way of challenging it right now, so we might as well see a replay.
Our replays are brought to you by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers here in Boardman.
Is there a replay, guys?
Okay, looks like we are going to get a replay. It looks like it was out short of the goal. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like.
Well, the officials threw the beanbags as if he fumbled it at the 1, but you know what? It doesn't make any difference.
Matter, Joseph Farah got credit for that touchdown.
Joseph Farah with the touchdown from his offensive line position. And now Cole Conkson out to attempt the extra point to tie this ball game. Conkson's kick is up, and Conkson's kick is good. So with 5 minutes, 58 seconds left to play in the ball game, the score, Boardman 14, Austintown 14.
My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats, because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all 100. I'm 100% safe, 100% free, 100% love. I can be 100% me. He gave all 100 when they put him up on that tree. That's 100% passion for 100% free. So if I play in front of 100, or if I play in front of 2, there's an audience of 1 getting 100% of what I can do.
That Boardman Spartan scoring drive, 11 plays, 80 yards in 5 minutes and 51 seconds. The final 5. Sean O'Hora fumbled it into the end zone, recovered by Joe Safara, and it is now a 14-14 ball game with 5:58 left to play.
If this is exactly what you want if you're Boardman, I mean, go back to that first half where they stopped Austintown on downs at the 1 yard line and at the 1 yard line again to run out the clock in the second half. So twice big time stops by the defense makes this a tie ball game. I mean, this is insane.
And you know what? Austintown's gone into the end of some of these games. They went into that Massillon-Washington game in the fourth quarter with a big lead, and Massillon was able to overcome that. So you got to wonder if on that Austintown sideline there's some very experienced players, but if they're thinking, here we go again,
right,
because Boardman has been all that they can handle here in the second half. So it was 14-0 at halftime. Boardman has scored 14 here in the second half to tie this ball game. I'd like to thank Greg Goulas from the Boardman News. He's handling some of our stats here this evening, and he's kind of our guy in the truck.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome. It's a packed press box here tonight. We've got WKBN, 1240, the Sports Animal. I think they're the Sports Animal. Not sure they're maybe that's another station that calls themselves the Sports Animal. Short kick by Conkson, taken by number 9, Deshaun Vaughn Jr. He'll be wrapped up right at the 35-yard line where Austintown will take over. Jared Mahood on the tackle for Boardman. So now we got a ball game.
Don, I'm getting a lot of messages from people watching us right now. So it seems like the majority of the people are watching YSN Live as opposed to the other, listening to the radio or the other channel over there. So
YSN is your home for Spartan sports, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
We covered soccer this week, football now. And is there rain starting to fall? I don't know. Maybe
I feel
not.
a little bit of a cooler breeze.
Sherwood will call his own number. He'll turn it upfield, and he'll be tackled after a nice gain on first down. We'll give him 8. Be second down and 2.
There almost could have been a penalty for an illegal crackback block on Stephen Contat. He was engaged with the blocker as it was, and another guy came up from the side, nailed him pretty good, but the officials missed that one.
Austintown's had some penalty trouble tonight.
Turnover huge here.
Give us to Tyree Mitchell. He'll have the first down, stopped right at the midfield stripe. Fernando Ortiz on the tackle for Boardman. Clock running, 5 minutes, 10 seconds left to play in the game. Austintown now first and 10 right at the midfield stripe, and now's where the Boardman defense needs to stiffen. Sherwood looks to throw. Now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll be knocked out of bounds on the far sideline after a gain of 4.
Still 4 minutes and 41 seconds to go in this game, Don. I mean, there's plenty of time. Looks like Boardman has 2 timeouts, so I mean, you want to make sure you can get some stops here. This play especially, you want a nice 3rd and long.
Austintown has all 3 timeouts left. Give is to Tyree Mitchell. He'll be stopped short. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 3 for Austintown. And you'd have to say, key play in the game coming up.
Yep. 3rd down and a long 3. I mean, I don't know if this is 4-down territory or not for Austintown, but Boardman's got to make a big play right now.
Time for the Boardman defense to stiffen. Sherwood will call his own number, and he's going to be right at the first down marker. I think he's going to have enough for it where they're going to spot it. It'll be at the 40-yard line.
I think they're giving him the benefit of the doubt, but I mean, it looks like he fell. His knee touched way before his his arm and ball went across that 40, but we have the luxury of seeing it from up above. Not to say Austintown wouldn't go for it on that short fourth down anyways.
Yeah, I would think in that situation it would be an almost automatic one. First and 10, Austintown at the 40. Sherwood will throw. And pass is going to be complete. Gathering it in there is Jaden Ely over on the far sideline. Clock will stop with 3:41 left to play, 2nd and 5.
I don't see how they can give these guys these catches because they got to complete the catch all the way through before they go out of bounds. And it didn't look like he caught it in bounds. Like it didn't look like he completed the play in bounds, but I could be wrong. Apparently I was.
Wouldn't be the first time. Sherwood will call his own number again. We've seen this a number of times on this drive, and he's going to have enough for the first down, being knocked out of bounds over at the 27-yard line. He'll gain about 7.
And Don, if you've noticed, they've attacked that side of the field the entire drive so far. They have not come towards us once.
The 27-yard line, 1st and 10, Austintown. Give is to Mitchell. And he'll be down at the 20-yard line. Will gain a 7 before being brought down by Stephen Conti. 2nd down and 3.
Approaching 3 minutes to go in the game. Methodically, they're using clock, grinding up some yardage. Just got to make a stop. Turnover would be fantastic right now.
3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the top side of the field. Sherwood will call his own number again. And he's going to be, I believe, short of the line to gain. Okay, it's going to be 3rd and very short for Austintown. 3rd and 1 for Austintown. 2 minutes, 22 seconds left to play here in the ball game. I thought Sherwood was ridden out of bounds there. Not sure why they wound the clock, but the officials did not signal to stop it. Now we're going to get a timeout, Austintown, with 1:55 left to play.
This crew's not on their A game today, that's for sure.
No, there's been some problems with penalty walk-offs, and I think Sherwood was clearly out of bounds there.
Yeah,
but
he took out the down marker.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Coca's Pizza, always supporting our community and our local athletes. Stop in on game day or score big and have it delivered right to your door. Check out our daily specials at cocaspizza.com. That's Coca's Pizza, we serve it hot.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
okay, we're back for what is an understatement to say is a key big play here in the ball game.
Huge, biggest play of the game.
3rd and 1 for Austintown. Third down, Austintown. Okay, here we go. Sherwood in the shotgun. He's called his own number a number of times this drive. Snap is high. He will run it. He'll have enough for the first down inside the 15-yard line. Somebody's helmet comes flying off.
Here comes the rain, Don.
And just like that, the rain starts to come down here in Spartan Stadium. They'll wind the clock with 1:45 to play. And down goes DJ Williams for a loss. Sherwood had to come off there. His helmet came off on that last play. So Deshaun Vaughn in at quarterback. Loss of 2.
I'm going to go out on the limb, Don, and say that Sherwood's going to take the ball to the right edge on this next play. You want to bet me?
I am not going to take that bet because I think you're going to be right. Yeah. Every run by Sherwood on this drive has been to the right side. No reason to believe it's going to change here. 1 minute left to play. They give the ball to number 10, Tyree Mitchell. He'll be brought down at the 10-yard line. Clock continues to run. Jared Mahood on the tackle for Boardman.
This is a big third down right here. You got to get a big stop. If you're Boardman, you got to use a timeout right now. 35 seconds and counting.
Austintown will take the timeout. 22 seconds left to play. It is 3rd down and 7. They've got the ball at the 11-yard line.
Little different perspective on what Austintown is trying to do there. I mean, they ran the clock down, knowing that they want to basically have the ball at the end, and Boardman chose not to call a timeout with about 48 seconds to go.
Yeah.
26-second swing. I mean, I understand there's not a lot you could do moving the ball up and down the field, but
you know what? You do have some dangerous kick returners, and if nothing else, you give them an opportunity, which they still may be able to get. Boardman has 2 timeouts left. So I think no matter what happens here, if you stop Austintown, force a 4th down, call the timeout, and then at least give yourself another play. Don't let them run it all the way down.
Give yourself. You have to call a timeout. Give yourself a play for sure. If I'm Austintown, I'm running the ball to the field where my kicker's going to give his best shot.
Yeah, we definitely know this run's going to come to the right side of the field. They're on the left hash. They'll want to put it in the center of the field for Josiah Burneye. So you'd think that the Boardman defense could cheat that way, maybe get a turnover, maybe get a tackle for loss. And Sherwood will keep it. And Sherwood will be stopped at the 9-yard line in the middle of the field.
You got to call timeout.
And they're letting the clock run down.
If you're Boardman, I'd be calling timeout.
Boardman needs to call timeout here and give themselves a chance at another play instead of letting it. Well, the ball game is tied, so it comes down to this. You're not trailing.
I understand, but if they get this field goal and you don't have time to kick, you don't have time for a kick return, kick off.
Yeah, give yourself a chance for another play. Yes, I would say that's the case. So Josiah Burneye will come out to attempt the field goal. He's a 5'8", 150-pound junior. His father, Chris, a former principal at Austintown Fitch, was a kicker back in the 80s. And a guy I used to paint apartments with in the summertime. Oh, yeah. So it's at the 9-yard line. The kick will probably come from the 16 or 17. It'll be a 27-yard attempt, a bit longer than an extra point. Burneye with plenty of leg. He had a kick blocked at the end of that Ursuline game. 1 second left to play. Everybody in Spartan Stadium on their feet. And Boardman's going to call timeout. Try to ice Burneye. One tick of the clock left to go.
This 1 second might last 20 minutes.
And win or lose, this has been a heck of a ball game. The one thing you'd say about the Spartans, they were really down at halftime.
Right.
They have really outplayed Austintown here in the second half, and now it all comes down to this kick by Burneye. A couple of 4-3 teams battling here. Battling for playoff position. So Burneye makes it. Austintown wins. He misses it. We're going to go to overtime. Tyler Evans, the holder. Snap is down, kick is up, and that kick is good. Wow. So Josiah Burneye is perfect here at the end of the game with a 27-yard field goal to give the Falcons a win here at Boardman Spartan Stadium on homecoming night, 17-14.
That's unfortunate because that was a heck of a game by both teams. How it had to come down to a field goal. I mean, if you're Boardman, you gotta be proud of how your kids responded in the second half, and it just didn't happen.
Didn't happen tonight, but it's been an exciting ball game that we've been proud to bring you here on YSN. We'll see you next week here from Spartan Stadium when the Spartans will look to get back on the winning track against Canfield. That'll be no small task.
No. Senior night.
On senior night next Friday night. Kickoff set for 7 p.m. For Donnie Riccatelli, Don Mascola here. You've been watching the best in high school sports on YSN.
This broadcast stream is copyrighted by Yoakley Scott Corporation, LLC. Any other use of this telecast, any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without YSN's consent is prohibited.